Okay, thanks for joining today. I want to start this class off, this conference call that I'm doing today on how to find your path, or are you on your right path? And really that's discussing within ourselves where we are in our lives. And I know that in our lives we pick things, we propel things, we put things in our lives, but we have to really understand, are we on our true path? And we are. We are on our path, but it's how we maneuver the path. It's how we place ourselves on the path. During our lives, we pick these destinations in our lives, and whether we believe that these destinations, because on our life path, on our journey, on our vibration, we enter the earth plane picking these destinations in our lives. Whether, let's say, you have to cross paths with somebody that was 5-6 years ago. I had to get somebody 5-6 years ago. And during that time, during that vibration,
calls will not be answered.
During that vibration, you pick a place, a time to cross paths with someone. As you cross that path, then you make that journey to that path. In my life, whether I had to come to Casadega to teach, to instruct, to work, but there was always this movement in my life to maneuver me back here, to get me here. And where you are in your life, where you are on your life path, is where you are at this moment. But how you perceive the path, that is the question of how we personally perceive the path. It's how we perceive it. It's not how bad the path is, and the path's really bad, it's awful. It's how we perceive the path and how we move ourselves forward. Do we take the one path that we feel more comfortable for us, or do we try to take another path where we are in service and it doesn't feel that right for us, but we're going to make that path anyway? It's how we see the path. When I talk about when people go to the spirit world, when people leave this airplane, we take our feelings, our vibrations, our what we have within our mental state, our connection to where we are. We take that into the spirit world. We close our eyes here, and over there we open our eyes, and we've got the same stuff. We've got the same vibration, the same outlook, the same look. When I talk to spirits on the other side, they haven't changed. Now, if they've been over there quite a while, they could have progressed and moved and changed. But if someone has just gone over, let's say within a year, usually the person is usually about the same energy, the same vibration, the same connection of who they were when they left here. They haven't changed. They haven't got wings and sprouted this whole stuff, and oh my God, here they are. They've changed. They've put themselves, they're in the same vibration they were. So that's what you see, what you're supposed to see. And as I explain to people, it's repetition, things within your life, repetition, the connection to repetition within your vibration. So if you're following a path and the whole path is on fire, you just don't keep going down the path. And sure, we have people that will do that. They'll keep going down that same vibration, that same path, that same connection, and think like, oh, this is my life. I used to love it when my mother used to tell me, oh, Lewis, it's my cross to bear. It's my cross to bear in this life. No, it's not. It's never your cross to bear. What you do is you go through a situation, a vibration in your life, and then we learn from that, then we move on to a different vibration, a different situation. We don't stay in where we were not connected to the vibration or connected to the path. So when you're looking at your life path, you're looking at how the vibration fits you. If you're on your path now and it's not quite extremely working, it's, oh my God, Lewis, it's not working, then how do you perceive it into the future? Not the same path, not the same journey, but how do you see it? Because you're orchestrating this vibration to get to the destinations that you've already chosen. but you're still going to pass that vibration, whether you have to go through some place in this earth plane and get on a trip and go somewhere to cross paths with an individual, and then to come back to where you were, but you will still get to where that individual is that you have to cross past, because you are that connection to the whole, that whole vibration, that connection to whole, the divine. You are connected to the divine. We're all connected, and we're all standing on lines. We're all standing on meridian lines within our lives, and we affect that line. I know that Christopher Thames will teach about sound, music, the vibration of sound, the vibration of connection. But it's our body, it's our vibration, or it's our energy which is vibrating through the space where we are and vibrating out into the universe. And we stand on certain ley lines within the universe that stretch out into the universe. And we stand on those lines while we're making whatever music, whatever connection you believe it is, until we're ready to move to the next ley line, next space where we affect our personal lives, our daily lives, and we affect the whole. We affect the vibration of spirit. We affect that universal energy. So everything is connected. Everything is vibrational rate, but we can propel other things in our car. Sometimes I tell people in readings, I say, you might have come in this lifetime driving a Volkswagen, but it doesn't mean you can't leave this earthplane driving a Cadillac. It doesn't mean that you can't move and progress yourself to another mode of travel, another mode of connection, another understanding of where you are. So that's when you get quiet. That's when you ask yourself, is there something I need to see, something I need to put in motion in my life? Good Spirit, please show that to me. And then we're always looking for Spirit to pop us in the middle of the head, right between the eyes, and tell us right then. But a lot of the times it is this journey, because maybe your house, maybe the relationship, the vibration, the thing that you're looking for, and you're really absolutely wanting this, you've asked Spirit to give it to you, you've asked Spirit to put it in motion for you, but you haven't come to that part of the path, that part of the vibration to bring that into your life. It's for it to appear yet, but it doesn't mean that while you're traveling towards that vibration, you can fix yourself up, put all this stuff together, get everything ready, get everything set in motion, and then be ready for it to when it arrives. I spend a lot of times in my life when I teach people and work with people, it is they're wanting something to happen. Oh my God, it better happen. It just better show up right now. But when it actually arrives in their life, they have no idea how to react to it because they haven't got themselves ready for the reaction. They haven't got themselves ready. So we're spending a lot of our time in our lives moving down the path in the connection, working with Spirit to get ourselves ready for the event to appear. So that's why when I do like the Ho'oponopono, I do the affirmations. I do the different things in my vibration. But while I'm doing that, I'm clearing past stuff. I'm clearing it. When I do the Joe Vitale whiteboard, and I'm clearing the vibration from my auric field, I clear it. I put everything that I feel or fear or put on that black whiteboard. I put it all on there. I write it. I visualize myself writing whatever I have in my life that I would like to work on or get rid of or do something with. I write on the board until I'm finished writing, and sometimes it might fill the whole board. Then I take an eraser and I start erasing. I start erasing those things as I move down the board, and I breathe, and I erase them, I see them, and visualize them. And visualization on your path works extremely well. It works extremely well in your life if you just visualize what you want. And if you don't have an idea of how to visualize, it's by holding something in your mind's eye and seeing it very clearly on how you would like it to appear. But don't get so structured and so set in the vibration that you don't allow yourself to look at a better path, a better journey. You just stay focused on that. If it doesn't happen exactly the way you think it should happen, you're not going to do it. It's watching the path ahead of you, because the path is always in construction. It's always got the orange cones on it. It's always in the midst of construction. The path is never laid out exactly how we perceive it to be laid out. It's laid out as we react to the path ahead of us. So we have to react. We react to it as react badly or react positively to the path. If somebody passed in our life and we just stay hid in the house because we're afraid to go out, then we are in a situation in our life that we're propelling a different path, a different energy, a different situation within our lives. If we allow people in our lives to control our lives, either through abuse, through other situations in our lives, then we allow that energy to change our path, to change our thing. And one person that I've been through my life, and I've had a lot of stuff happen in my childhood, a lot of stuff. But the question is, I could allow that in my childhood, or even through a relationship or things in my life, to form my life, to orchestrate my life, or I do it or I move on to something better. I don't hold on to the situation in my life. I used to tell my brothers that we can't dig up our parents and slap them. We can't do that. They're in the spirit world now. Whatever happened, whatever got put in our vibration, whatever got put in our path, I sense in my life, is a movement of growth, a movement of change. It changed me, but it moved me to an understanding of something else in my life, higher ground, a higher situation. So whether you're going through a relationship, job loss, childhood memories and stuff that happened in your childhood, look at them not as a terrible thing, but look at them as a movement or a growth avenue to move you up, to give you a different feel. So I always ask my guides every month or so, I ask them, is there something I need to see, something I need to put in motion in my life? Could you please show it to me? Could you please kind of just show this to me? Because I want to make sure I'm seeing the path with clear vision ahead of me. Make sure I see it the way I'm supposed to see it. And sometimes we just move down a path because we're in service of others, and sometimes we pick that life. We pick that life to be in service, to be in service in our lifetime, not for us, but for others. And our life will orchestrate that. We'll always be in service. We'll always be helping. We'll always be encouraging and taking ourselves down that part of the road, which is fine, which is an awesome amount. But we have to realize, are we really doing it because we love it and it's something that really connects to us? Or are we doing it because we feel guilty that we should help, we should connect? Are we doing it out of love, or are we doing it out of guilt? And we have to realize, where are we on the path? What actually transposes that path? Remember, we're all on the same path. I hate it when mediums tell people, you're not on the right path, dear. You have to change your path. No, we're all on the path that we're all supposed to be on at this moment. It's how we navigate the path is how we change it, how we propel it in a different way, a different vibration, a different connection. I've been a spiritualist most of my life, so I believe in the intelligence, the connection to higher sources, the higher vibration. I've worked with the CERN in my life as a trance guide. He explains to me how things work, and many years ago, he explained to me, he showed me on these large lines of energy running through the universe, and he stood me on one of these lines. He said, "You feel the energy of that line? That is what you would call a meridian line, and it runs through the universe. It runs through the consciousness, and you stand there and you affect that line as long as you are able to affect it. And sometimes we move. We go through a divorce. We go through a job change. We have to move. We have to change our life. We have to do certain things, situations, because we have finished standing on that meridian, that line of energy. And we have to move to a different vibration. We have to move to a different situation. But he said, as you're standing on that line, always ask for your highest and best, your highest connection to the spirit world, your highest. And treat yourself with a lot of respect, Don't be abused in your life, or abused or feel being abused in your life. Then start talking to your guides and asking your guides what you need to do to direct that path, to direct that vibration. But the true path in our life is always when we feel we can take a breath and we can smile because we're on the right path, we're on the right journey. And maybe not all of us are on the right journey, the right connection. And my mother said, you will know when you're on the right journey is when you know that you are doing something you love and you love what you're doing. You know you're on the right path, you're on the right connection if you love what is in front of you and what you're doing. So if we believe that we are doing this connection in our lives, this vibration within our lives, whatever religion, whatever connection to spirit that you are, love what it is. Love the connection, the vibration. Love what it brings to you. Love the relationships, the vibrations within your life. Sometimes we have propelled people in our lives that are way too broken for us. And we don't even have the expertise or the vibration within our lives to fix them. We can't. It's just not, it just pulls us in a direction and makes us feel bad because we want to help, but there's no way in the world that we can. So we have to allow other people to arrive in the vibration, to take that energy or take that person to where they personally need to be. Because sometimes we just can't. We just can't find them on our path. We can't see them on our path. And when we realize that, sometimes it takes time. It takes time. I was pastor out here for 15, many years being pastor of this church, until I finally realized that I was just being abused as being pastor. I was just being abused here. So that's when I turned in my letter of resignation, and now as I kind of lifted, like I dropped quite a few stones off my vibration, I'm going, oh, this feels so much better. Because I was just following a path, a journey in my life that wasn't quite extremely working for me. And that's what you always have to ask yourself. Does it work for you? Does it fit the vibration? When I talk about the 9 cycles or the 9-year cycles in people's lives, you have to realize that certain parts of the cycle you're able to ask, receive the vibration. Sometimes we have our heads down, we're building. Other times we're in a purging mode where guides have taken over and they're trying to help us. But we're always in that forward motion, and we're always asking our guides, is this what I need to do? Yes or no? Asking guides questions about things, listening to yourself, and that's where we get in trouble in our lives. We get in this major trouble within our lives because we personally don't accept the answer. We don't accept that vibration from Spirit. Say no, and we go, no. What do you mean no, Spirit? I want it no, and then Spirit goes, no, stop. And we don't stop. We continually down that path, even though our feelings, our vibration within us is telling us, no, better stop, better quit, better stop. And we don't. We ventured down that path. We ventured down that journey. And we can always fall down the rabbit hole and try to come out the other end. But the question is, if we just maneuver the journey, clear the stuff off our vibration. And I'm telling you, that is what it takes. Is it just takes standing there on the journey and saying, all right, guys, all right, there's this whole connection of spirit, the whole connection of vibration. Is this good for me? Does it fit me, Spirit? If you're in your first year of a cycle, if you're 55, 10, that's the first year. You're in the first year. You run through the situation, pick up what you need in your life. Second year, they stop you, make you look what you picked up. Third year, you pick up the stuff to build with. Fourth year, head down building. Fifth year, you decide if whatever's in your life is working for you. Sixth, seventh year, just build whatever's in the room with you. Eighth year is a purging year where guides take over. And ninth year, you regroup, get ready, get reset for the next cycle. Then you run through the place again. It's a 7-year cycle that we run. 8th year is a purging year, 9th year regrouping, and then you take off again. So your guides let you go crazy for 7 years. Do whatever you want for 7 years. But the 8th year, they will clear it. They will regroup. They will manage for you. That's why people change jobs in their 8th year, move, to change their life, 8th and 9th year, do all kinds of things in the last part of the cycle, because they know subconsciously or consciously, or the guides are helping them, they're not supposed to take it to the next cycle with them. So if we allow ourselves that when we're in that space in our 1st and 2nd year, in our 5th year, in our 9th year, if we realize that where we are in those parts of our cycles, we sit and take stock of where we are on the path. How many supplies do we have? What do we have around us? What are we carrying? What are we dragging with us that we don't have to take with us? What are we dragging? When I walk in the store and I have my mediumship on, if people knew in that store what they were dragging behind them, what they were pulling from the spirit world, what energy was following in them, oh my God, they'd be scared to death. What they were pulling with them, what they were dragging with them, because something is latched on, something has propelled itself onto their vibration, and they're pulling it, like people are putting situations in motion in their life. So we have to realize is like we have to clear every once in a while. We have to ask our guides, is everything in my life okay? Am I on the right path? Am I journeying to the right direction? We have to ask ourselves. We have to ask that. We have to tell ourselves that every once in a while. Don't just go through your life and go, oh, Lewis, this is bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. But you keep heading down that vibration. I have somebody now that has the whole vibration. They have all this stuff in their home. They're elderly. They can't, and they're losing their house. They're losing it. And they have to move to a different place. But they can't let go of what's in the vibration. And it is a hoarding situation. So it's this whole thing here of not allowing yourself to move forward. You're holding on to it. And we can all be hoarders. We can all hoard all this stuff around us and thinking, oh my God, I need it, I need it, I need it. And really, we haven't really unpacked it. Sometimes you get in a room and you've loaded every box in the room, but you haven't marked any of the boxes, only for a few. And some of the boxes you've never looked in, and for many, many, many years you haven't never looked in the box, but it's still laying in the room. It's still there. It's still following you. It's still part of your vibration, instead of letting it go. But I talked before about parents, people in our lives, people that when we were younger, and things they did to us, or things that happened to us, we propel it into our being. We put it in a box. It was not good. So we put it in a box and we store it. We don't look back in the box. It's there. It's within our being. It's within our being. We have to look at it. And over the time, over the directions and over the times, we allow ourselves to keep festering on that box. Instead of opening it, noticing that it really didn't matter, it just doesn't matter, and letting it go, letting it just be. And we have to realize that in some things about people, situations in our lives, we have to allow them to just be. They're not our journey. They're not our vibration anymore. They're not within our journey anymore. They're not connected to us anymore. They've either passed to spirit, they're gone, we've gone through a divorce, they're left, the situations have happened, it's changed. So they're no longer part of our journey, but we still carry the box. We still carry that situation within our lives that stop us from moving clearly on the path with clear sight, with clear vision. And somebody asked me the other day, how do I get in contact with my guides? How do I get them to tell me about my path? Well, if you sit, if you connect to them, you get quiet and listen. You have to go in this major meditation, and oh my God, we're going to learn how to do some kind of transcendental meditation. We're going to levitate. Oh no, it's just sit and be quiet. And sometimes people tell me, oh, Lewis, I can't be quiet. My mind's still going. It's going 100 miles an hour. Well, sit. Try to quiet your mind. You might not get it quiet the first time you sit, the second, the third, or maybe not even the 8th time you sit. But eventually, if you keep focusing the vibration of energy of being quiet, your body will start to take the message and your body will get quiet. So allow yourself to sit listen to your higher self. Your higher self is what is connected to the spirit world. Not the guides, not everybody else with any vibration. They're there. But it is your higher self who has that connection to the spirit world. And that inner self, that inner vibration, is what we need to change. It's what we need to regroup or rebalance from, that vibration. If I try to ask my guides, oh, what should I do, what should I do? Well, I might have guides I have some really good guides, but the question is I'm not going to trust them majorly to run the path for me. I'm going to listen to my higher self. That higher self was that fight or flight, that question of staying on the path, that sense of people that have entered our life, that they're really good for us, do they fit the vibration for us. Then we come with that caregiver mode that we have to go, oh my God, we need to take care of these people, we need to fix them. Sometimes we need to fix, sometimes we need to encourage, but remember, when you put that in motion, it should fall into place like clockwork. Spirit will move heaven and earth if they want you somewhere. They will place you with that situation and move heaven and earth. They will do that for you. They will place you in that vibration. Allow yourself to accept. Awesome. Think bigger than where you are. Think higher. Think bigger. We all have this energy that we have been through many lifetimes, many incarnations, that we have been awesome. This lifetime, well, we might have come in here in service. We might have come in here under a shadow of craziness, but doesn't mean we have to keep going in that direction. Think higher. Think better. Think higher for yourself and move in that direction. We have more power than we can think. We have more power and energy within our being that we could ever believe if we just allowed it to be focused in the direction. What happens is we get in our lives, we have these boxes. Now they divert our energy. They divert because we're subconsciously or maybe consciously thinking about that box. Even though we didn't put anything on it, we're still thinking about it. And as we go through our lives, it's just diverting our vibration, diverting our energy. Then we spend a lot of energy on people that really don't care whether we live or die. They're just pulling the energy from us. So we're off in that direction. It's not quite working for us, but they feel like we need to go over there and help these people. So we're off in that direction. So it diverts more energy. Then we divert the energy, we displace it. We don't divert all of it in one spot. We're like a beam of light, like a lighthouse shining off in every direction until we actually focus the light. That's what Ruiz does with the four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. The four agreements. When you try to clear, you try to get those thoughts, that vibration, that connection underhand. When you do the Ho'oponopono, you do the whiteboard exercises, you do the affirmations, you do whatever works for you. There's so much stuff on the market now that you could just pick. There's all kinds of things that are on the market to propel you in the right direction. I've been through a lot of things in my life. The one thing I'm working on now is the master key. It's the master key. And that works for me. It changes my mind thought. It changes even more my mind thought into a direction of higher thinking. It's by Hansel, and it's been on the market. It's been in the market since the early 1900s. But it is a thing of new thought, of changing my thoughts, of rearranging my thoughts through affirmations, but thinking for a higher vibration, for clearing even more from the whiteboard. And but we always pick things, or things get directed in front of us. This just happened to appear in my life, and it just appeared. But look for things that appear. When you ask, my highest and best, I really want my life to move in a higher vibration, then you watch what appears in your life. Don't take the first thing, oh my God, weigh the possibilities. Give it some kind of energy. It should do something for you. If you're not happy with it, it doesn't connect to you, it doesn't work. Doesn't mean I tell you, oh God, get the master key. That's the only book that's going to do anything for you. Don't just take my word for it. If it works for you, if you look at it online and you go, well, I should probably try that, then do that. But follow a journey because it fits your vibration, because that vibration is not like mine. Mine is not like yours. We all travel on a different wave, a different part of energy. It's what we were born with. It's why we personally picked our parents, why we personally picked situations in our lives. We are who we are. We can't change it. We can lose weight. We can get everything done, everything fixed. We're still the same person. We're still the same energy we were. We still are. So we have to realize what works for you. It might not work for. Just tell people. If people don't like what you're doing, just say, works for me. It's fine. Works for me. Don't feel guilty about what you're propelling in your life. Feel empowered. Feel blessed by what you propel in your life. Not because you feel unpowered. You really want to feel empowered. And on your path, what you're doing is you're decorating the path. If you have nothing but weeds and craziness and the pavement is broke, it's going to be a little tough journey trying to get down that path. But if you have beautiful plants, you have beautiful stuff going down the path, and you're creating the path as you go, the path just gets better and better because you remember, it's all psychometry. It's the energy of what you're propelling in the motion. So your path will take on the energy that you propel into it. It'll take on the vibration, the energy that you propel into it. So follow the journey, follow the direction, follow the path. It is this whole thing, and I can't tell you that your path, the true path, if you found your true path, the only one who can tell somebody if they found a true path is themselves, through their higher self. Do they feel good on the path? Does it work for them? Does it make them extremely happy? Does it connect to them? I do the I ams. The I am happy. I am prosperous. I am healthy. I am abundant. I am. I'm going to be. I am. I am healthy. I am abundant. I am. And I tell myself that in affirmations and journeys in my life, in affirmations and situations within my life. And we have to realize that if we tell ourselves that, if we reorganize that or reset that in our lives, we keep it going. We keep directing the path, engineering the path, propelling the path. And we might not see a difference in our lives today, tomorrow, or the next day. But in weeks and months to come, we start saying, oh, I feel better. This is just starting. What it does, it changes your vibration. It changes the vibrational rate that you're putting out into the world, out into the universe. Then people that are very negative or very not extremely powerful people will come around you. They'll just give you a wide berth. They'll leave you alone. They'll move on to somebody else. And you'll just move down the path. You'll still have obstructions and a few things in your life, but overall, the path will clear out. The vibration will look better. Then you'll move quicker and quicker down the path to where you personally feel like you need to be. If we allow other people to direct our path, they're always trying to direct our path in their vibration and in their view, not in our view. So don't follow a path because, Louis, I need to be here. I love when people get born in a city. They're born to a family. Their family lives there their whole life. Then they get a job down the street. They live down the street from their parents. They live down the street from their family. They never move anywhere else. They just stay right there because it's family. It's comfortable. It doesn't stretch the vibration. It doesn't think bigger. They stay right there in that vibration until something happens in their life. Something reorganizes their vibration. Then something changes it. Then they move. They change their life. Then they tell themselves, my God, I should have done this so much sooner in my life. It's when we start talking and explaining to them, I would really love this. I would like this. Am I on the true path? Do I need to change something? And don't ask for a whole bunch of things at one time. Don't ask, oh, I need money, or I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. Because usually spirits has a sense of humor. They always do. They'll bring things into your life all at one time. Then you'll have to sort. That's one thing. Are you on the true path? Give it a week. Give it 12 days, 13 days. Allow your guides to bring people, events, situations in your life to show you that you're where you need to be. Then ask for certain things you think you need. What do you need? You need a relationship in your life? You need a relationship in your life. Be specific with your guides. Your guides got a whole little wall over there with a bunch of mugshots on it. Huh. So, I want a relationship. Oh, we got somebody. Just pick that one. There's one. Be specific what you're looking for. Most women today want somebody that's going to walk the path with them, help them, encourage them, get them to where they need to be. Not be a lot of trouble, won't be a lot of baggage, a lot of junk that they have to take care of. They don't mind. Women don't mind. Women and men don't mind taking care of baggage, but they don't need a whole luggage cart. But they want you to be able to follow them, help them, encourage them, and both of you to walk the path together. Connect, to have each other's back, walk the path together, help each other down the path, and enjoy the journey together. That's what you're really looking for. You look for a soulmate, but soulmates could be a little introverted, a little crazy. So ask for somebody that's just going to walk the path with you, help you, got your back, going to get you down the path, keep you safe. My mother used to always say that about mediums. There are certain mediums that will take you on a journey, get you to where you need to be, but they'll lose your luggage. You won't have a hotel reservation. You'll be lost in the jungle for weeks on end. You'll eventually fight your way back to civilization and get back on a plane and get back home. Then there are the mediums that will get you there safely, got your hotel booked, you have a beautiful room, your luggage has been delivered, you have a beautiful vacation, you get back on a plane with all of your luggage, and you return home safely. And that's our life. It's our life. We have to realize, are we on the journey? Have we got the right luggage? Are we in the right situation? Have we checked ourselves into the right hotel? Are we allowing ourselves to have a beautiful time, an awesome time within our lives, and be able to pack up all the beautiful stuff that we've encouraged within our being and bring ourselves back home safely without a lot of bruises and a lot of craziness going on? And that's what we have to ask ourselves. We have to ask ourselves if this is part of our journey, part of the vibration with our lives. Because when I was talking before about the 9 cycles, 9-year cycles. And if we allow ourselves just to add our age together and figure out where we are on the cycle vibration. Are you in your 1st, 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, 6th year, 7th year, 8th year, 9th year? Which year are you in? Then you kind of realize that you go, oh, I'm in one of those years that my head is down and I'm building. Remember, 1st year. Go to the store, or the energy, that vibration the 1st year, pick up whatever you want. Your guides will stand on every aisle and get your attention. If there's something you need to look at, something you need to propel within your being. 2nd year, they stomp you. They make you look at what you propelled within your being, within the foundation, and allow you to go back and change it, redo it, reset it, re-envision it. Allow you to go back in the store, pick up something else, and re-envision this. Your 2nd year, you're looking for things that just appear in your life, or things that are repetitious because your guides are trying to get your attention. Once you get to your 3rd year, you will not go back to affect this foundation. You will only build on it. You'll pick up the building material. So 3rd year, you drive around with your guides, pick up the building material, propel that in the vibration. You pick up what you're going to build with. So you start building on that foundation in your 3rd year. 4th year, you put your head down, you build. Everything will appear right in front of you, but you will pick things up and you will build your 4th year. So you might not feel like you're moving forward or backwards as quick as you could, but it's how you're building, what you're picking up, what you're propelling in motion. 4th years are really good years to ask your guides, is there anything I'm missing, something I haven't put in motion that I need to, so I can move quicker or faster through in this cycle to help me build better. 5th year, I call the Dr. Phil year, but it is a year of the retrospective of looking back and going, how's that working for you? You're not trying to knock things down, redo what you're building with, not the foundation, but only what you're building with, what you're propelled in motion as far as your building materials. Then you redo all the building materials, keep them, redo them, reuse them, doesn't matter. But you get a chance to re-envision where you are. 6th, 7th year of a cycle is like being locked in a room. You build whatever's in that room. And you might feel like you're stuck in your 6th and 7th year. You're not moving forward or backwards, you're just there. You're in the room, not leaving. What you produce in that room, what you do in that room, your guides are watching you, your higher self is watching you, and they're propelling things in front of you or in your vibration for you to look at. But you don't go out and get new stuff. You allow the energy to change the vibration or the energy around you. Your 8th year is where your guides take over. They've entered the room. They've allowed you to go crazy for 7 years. They propel people, events, situations, and things out of your life, but they propel in your life what they feel is best for you. And your 9th year, you regroup, get ready, get set for the new cycle, and get ready to move down the journey. And if we allow ourselves to understand that we are all on a journey, it's different energies and different vibrations apart, because we picked our life. We picked when we were born. We picked our sign. We picked our time of birth. We picked the place of our birth. We picked our name. We picked this energy vibration. These like 4 or 5 things we picked when we entered here. When we took our first breath in this earth plane, the energy vibration had already started. We picked our time of our birth. We picked our place of our birth. We picked our month, day, and year of our birth. We picked our name of our birth. We picked our parents. We picked them. Even though they might have been crazy, they might have been lunatics, but we picked them. We picked our family. Sometimes when we get older, we look back at our family and say, oh my God, what was I thinking? We picked them. And this actually set our life in motion, set our energy within motion of where we were living, what was going on in our lives, our relatives, our people, our situation in life, propelled us in that direction till we get old enough to start really going out into the world, seeing other people, other vibrations. And that's when I learned that people weren't like me. People didn't see auras. They didn't see people that are walking around dead. They didn't see this. They didn't see what I saw. They didn't understand. And I would always have my mother tell me, don't tell anybody what you see. Don't tell them. They will not understand what you're looking at because they are not in the same vibration as you. They do not see what you see. So a lot of times in my life I had to keep my mouth shut. I couldn't just tell people, oh, you got somebody standing with you. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that in my life. I had to keep it quiet, because they would not have understood if I told them. After 1960, when we got all the psychic movement and all this other stuff going into the 70s, I started to see it. I should be able to communicate more because at that time period, people were more in connection with that, more in connection with the vibration of me talking about it. And we have to realize that in our lives, we have certain avenues in our life to move forward or to stay and look. And if you're in your certain parts of the cycle, maybe you're there just to take in a look. Take in the view, figuring out what's going on around you. Allow yourself to receive at a higher vibration. Think bigger, think higher, think bigger, but think at a higher situation within your life. And then move in a different vibration within your life. Not just this whole thing of saying, oh, Lewis, that person caused something. Really? If they caused it, maybe that was just to get your attention, just to get you to move, to get you to look at something different. I always explain when I do readings with individuals, I tell them that happened in your life, but did you look and see what was appearing in your life? Sometimes people leave, people pass to spirit, things happen, we lose our health, different things happen, but what is going on in your life? What is going on in your vibration that changes your view, that changes your forward perception? Because that happens. Because things happen in our lives, there's a reason, either to open a door, to give us a view, to stop us from moving forward, to allow us to stop and take evaluations of where we are, or for us to move forward. And sometimes we miss that. We just get so entangled within the vibration or the moment of things happening in our lives. So we have to realize that if it is happening in your life, then watch what's going on around you, what's happening in the vibration. what's connecting to you at that point. Because there's so much stuff. I do the 9 years, you can do all this stuff, but the question is that making a list of what works for you, what connects to the vibration. If contacting your guides will help you, then contact them, work with them, do psychometry, do some kind of psychometry with them and work with your guides and allow them to work with you. But remember, not all your guides have the expertise on how to help you. You have guides that are good for message work, unless you want to do message work. There are guides that are for your healing. If you need some kind of healing in your life, they can do that. They might not be able to do something else. You have higher intelligent guides, you have master teachers, you have different guides. You'll have to figure out which part of the vibration. And as I always explain to people, you spend so much time working on their guides. Oh my God, Lou, I got to get to do. You've got to search through the whole faculty. When all you have to do is just sit and be quiet and listen to your higher self. Listen to your higher vibration. Listen to your higher self. And allow you, personally, to make the decision. And as you make that decision, things in your life will fall into place. The guy said last week, yellow brick road, haunted forest, flying monkeys. We make our journey in this lifetime of how we perceive the journey, how we perceive the vibration, or how we perceive the path. If we believe that we deserve it, and so many people believe that they deserve it. My brother has Social Security, and he's disabled from the service, and every time I go up there, I want to put my hands on him. I want to put my hands on him to heal him. And I'm going to heal him. I'm going to fix him. But he looks at me, he said, don't you put your hands on me. Don't you dare get near me. Don't you send me healing energy, because if you get me healthy, I'll lose my Social Security. I'll lose my disability. Get away from me. So some people want the healing, some people want the connection, but they don't want me to do that because that would destroy something else they have in their life. So we have to realize that's why we personally get quiet on the path. We ask ourselves, do I really need this? If your vibration keeps, you tell yourself, and the best exercise I can tell people to do when they're on the path is to sit quietly. Sit someplace where people are going to hear you and listen to you. But sit quietly and talk out loud. Am I on the right path? Then get quiet, really quiet, and listen to what you tell yourself. What are you telling yourself? Or if you say that, you say, oh God, I don't feel good. What was your first impression when you said that out loud? That is where you have to go. That is what you have to listen to, or that's what you have to change. You have to change that thought, change that vibration, that energy that you've propelled out. If you believe that you say, well, Louis, I want money, I want to be prosperous, I want to have money, and the first thought is, I'll probably never get any money. I won't have any money. I'm just not going to get that. Or I love it when people say, I want a relationship, Lou. I really do. I want a relationship. But the second thought is, oh, I'm getting older now. I'm probably not going to be able to have any kids. If I do get married, I'll probably marry somebody that's broken. Oh, my God, if I have all this. We have this whole little conversation going on from our higher self. But physically, in our being, we're saying, I want somebody. But on our soul level, on our connection to who we are, we're just having all these things going on. This little record play. This record playing in our vibration. That's what we're being quiet. But when Ruiz says, be impeccable with your word, it is not being impeccable with your word to other people. Sure, be nice. But you're being impeccable with your word to yourself. What you're telling yourself. How you're propelling or working with yourself. That's what you're telling yourself. You're changing that vibration, that energy. When I work with the pyramids, I have these big sound pyramids here in my house, and when I place them over your chakras and place them over your crown chakra, it sends an energy vibration or energy pulse through your being and changes the frequency. Now, I can't change that. I can't follow you all day and just keep banging on the pyramids and allowing that energy to follow you every single moment. but it allows you to feel this balance, this clearing energy of what's going on around you. You're able to feel it. You're able to sense it. When I teach mediumship, when I teach other things on vibrations, when you're connected, when you're in the right space, when you're in the right vibration, there's a feeling you get. There's a energy, whether you get the hair on the back of your neck, you get this little touch of spirit, this little breath of spirit. You get a feeling that, oh my God, I'm right. Oh, I'm really right. And you are. So you always remember what that feeling is, that connection. And with people, it's different. It's different. Some people have different things going on with their life. But when you have that feeling, when you have that connection, you always remember what that connection is. How you felt when you were extremely right, when you were on the right path. What is that feeling you got? So that when you make another decision, you go, I got the feeling. I got it. That's that feeling's back. Then you know you're moving in the right direction. You know, you don't have to ask anyone. You know you're in the right direction because that feeling is there. That connection to the spirit world is there. It's there. You feel it. And we really want to, have you found your true path? As I said, you're the one that's going to be able to evaluate that and tell yourself if you're there. And take stock. Pull out the blueprints. Pull out the rules and pull out the stuff in your life. Sit quietly and look at the vibration and say, am I happy? Am I really happy? And if you can have parts of your life that aren't as happy as you want them to be, but most of it, we're okay. We're all right. It's good to live. You're looking at the things to change to make it better. What do you need to make your life better, to make it more blessed, more awesome? What do you need? What do you need to propel within your life? And maybe there's just some kind of subtle changes within your vibration, subtle situations you put in your life. Maybe there's subtle things that you propel in motion in your life that changes the whole view of the path ahead of you, changes the view completely, and moves you off in a different direction. And sometimes it's preordained. You're moving from one ley line, meridian line that runs through the universe, and you're just moving to another one because your energy, your vibration, your help is needed on that energy line. It has already played itself out on this one. It is moving you to the next energy line, the energy line. And that's, I laugh, because some people get put in nursing homes, people get put in situations in life, vibrations of their life. They have to move halfway across the country to be with their kids. All this stuff is going on in their life, not because it's true nature of the vibration. It is because they had to be in a different energy line than where they were. The spirit maneuvers you. They take you to where you need to be, and they will place you there. Whether you're bedridden, whether you're wherever it is going on in your life, they place you there. They tell you first. They put up the little things they have at the airport. They have your name up on that little board that comes up with all the flights. And your name will come up, and it'll keep coming up, and the flight will keep coming up, and you'll have an inclination within your life that I need to change my life, I need to go in that direction, I need to be in that direction, I need to go in that direction. And we never really quite do it. The spirit goes, okay, the flight's getting ready to leave. Someone is coming this way, and you're coming, whether kicking or screaming or gently. So one of the mediums out here used to say, they're either going to duct tape you or propel you, one or the other. So it's how we move. So we're always watching that little board up ahead of us. Is our flight coming up? Or do we need to take the right seat? I tell people back in the old days, I'm older now, back in the old days, you just entered a plane, get on the plane. Now you get to pick out the seat, you want a window seat, you want leg room, what do you want? You got to pick up all this stuff in your life. Back in the day, you just got on the plane. You didn't pick out a seat, you just got on the plane. I used to ride Pan Am, and I mean, you just got on the plane. You just got on the plane, one of these old Pan Am planes. You just got on the plane. You never picked a seat out. But as we got on the plane, as we entered the door of the plane, we looked through the plane, and we got this really good view of the interior of the plane. And we said, ooh, I'd love to sit over there. And we went over and got that seat. Consciously or subconsciously, it's where we sat. So we really have to realize are you connected to where you are now? I want everybody to find their path. I want everybody to enjoy their path, be encouraged to be blessed on your journey. And sure, you need people in your life to kind of direct the directions, put the little vest on the fluorescent tape, kind of get your attention and point off in a direction for you. But it also takes us to look at the direction within our lives. Is that the direction that we'd be happy with? Is this what we were having? And sometimes we're in the direction because of companions, people in our life. We're there for them. We're there to try to help them. We're there to help them. If it was up to my wife, she wouldn't have me anywhere near Casadega. But she's here for me. At this moment, the vibration would probably some point in my life will move to be for Marie, where she wants to be, where she needs to be, where she would blossom and be where she needs to be. So we do it for companionship, people in our lives, because we're there sometimes for the individuals in our lives. And then we change that and move somewhere else for the other person to enjoy a part of their life and get them to where they need to be. But we're always trying to look higher, not at the base of the mountain, but at the top of the mountain. Not at the base, but at the top. And so many times we're always looking at the base, we're looking at the bottom of the mountain of what we deserve, instead of looking at the crest of at the top of the mountain, seeing the other journey that we can make. I've told people before, my mother used to have a picture on her wall, and when you looked at the picture, there was this lady climbing up the mountain. Her clothes were ripped a little bit, and she was doing her way, just doing her best to climb up the mountain. But if you moved in a room and you went to the other side of the room, the picture would change. And on the other side of the picture was an escalator, people riding up the escalator at the top of the mountain. And on the little thing on the picture used to say, "Life isn't that tough." And I always remember that picture. I could get all beat up and try to climb the mountain and beat myself completely to pieces. Or I could ride the escalator. Choices are my choices of how I perceive the path. And sometimes we have to wish people well, wish them on their journey. God bless them on their journey. But sometimes we have to just bless them on their journey, and then allow ourselves to move somewhere else. Maybe the job, the career in your life, it doesn't bless you, it doesn't prove it. It doesn't mean you're going to go in and quit tomorrow because you need the money. But start talking to your guy. Say, this isn't exactly that part of the journey. Sure, you might still be on a journey, but it could be in a different building, a different vibration, a different job, a different choice, a different vibration within your life. Doesn't mean you have to stay in that direction. You can change it. You still stay on the same path, but in a different part of the building, a different part of the vibration. So ask your guides if there's, and I tell people, I say, you want a job, don't ask your guides for a job. Ask your guides for how much money you need. What do you need to work the job? What do you need? What do you need to put in motion? That's what you ask them for. What do you need? Your job, your guides can have a whole different plan for you. What do you need? What do you need? You ask for that or better. Same thing with relationships. Don't take whatever you feel like you deserve. Ask for better. Ask for whatever's for your highest and best for a relationship that should appear in your life. Allow your guides to maneuver that in front of you. Sometimes I know we're not allowed to take on baggage and junk and craziness. Remember that. Remember that. If the luggage cart is making a lot of noise, you're probably not going to get any better even if you go over there and try to unpack the luggage. Kind of look at the luggage cart before you actually allow it to arrive at your front door. Because sometimes, I said, Spirit has a sense of humor. They will bring people, events, and situations in your life, and you go, well, that's not what I wanted. You guys said, oh, no. You said you wanted to help somebody. This person needs help. And you're going, oh. You help people within reason. You help people within the situations within your life. Sure, bless them with your presence. Do what you need to do, and do a lot of work for people. But when you look back at your path, are you where you would like to be? If not, start talking to your higher self. Start talking to that higher vibration, that connection to your higher self. And that's the key. That's the key to this whole vibration, is to really truly understand that you are loved by Spirit. So when you So I want you to enjoy your life. Have an awesome, awesome life. And look at the path. Here over the next weeks to come, look at the path. Figure if you're happy. If not, think higher. Think bigger. Think better. And your vibration will propel itself in motion and get you to where you need to be. And I hope you guys enjoyed that today. Next week, remember, I've got it on my website. I think the Voices of the Spirit. I think that's what we got next week. I think that's what we got. It's all how you see things is next week. And next week is all how you see things and how you propel things in motion next week. So next week I'll be teaching, I'll be bringing a little bit more stuff up next week of how you perceive it, how you see it, be more things, and I'll have more authors of books and different things to do that. So